Hi friends, if you really want to understand what madness looks like, just take a step back into the era of the Cold War. A time when the United States and the Soviet Union were locked in an obsession, not just to compete, but to outdo each other at any cost. This was the age of the largest nuclear bomb ever detonated. Air-to-air missiles armed with nuclear warheads. Live nuclear tests conducted as if they were routine experiments. Logic often took a back seat. Ambition and fear were in the driver's seat. And somewhere in the middle of this arms race, during the late 1960s, an idea emerged that still sounds like science fiction today. What if an aircraft carrier didn't sail the oceans at all? What if it lived in the sky? The concept was simple, at least on paper. Build a nuclear-powered airborne carrier platform capable of staying aloft not for hours, not for days, but for over a month without landing. This bold vision was studied by the American aerospace giant Lockheed Martin. The project was designated CL-1201, based on an earlier conceptual design known as CL-1170. Serious design studies were conducted around 1969. Had it ever been built, the CL-1201 would have been unlike anything the world had ever seen. A 6,000-ton subsonic airborne platform, essentially a flying fortress. At its heart would sit a massive 1,830 megawatt nuclear reactor, designed to power the aircraft's four main engines once it reached cruising altitude. Getting something that large into the air was no small task. To achieve lift, the design called for 182 small lift fan engines, helping the aircraft take off. Once stabilized at altitude, nuclear power would take over. The aircraft was designed to remain airborne for up to 41 continuous days. It could transport nearly 3,000 troops across vast distances. Mounted along its wings would be 22 fighter aircraft, carried into the sky, and launched when needed. The sheer size was staggering, a wingspan of approximately 1,120 feet, a length of nearly 560 feet. This wasn't just an aircraft, it was an airborne city. The crew alone would number between 400 and 850 personnel tasked with operating, maintaining, and managing this flying giant. But despite all the calculations, sketches, and simulations, the CL-1201 was never built. Concerns over cost, technological limits, safety risks, and the unimaginable consequences of a nuclear accident in the sky kept the project grounded forever. It remained only a design study, a product of Cold War thinking. Yet the question still lingers. If such an aircraft were designed today, using modern materials, advanced automation, and decades of technological progress, would it finally be possible? Or would a nuclear-powered flying carrier still be just as dangerous, just as impractical, and just as insane as it was during the Cold War? Would it redefine global power? Or become one of the greatest risks humanity could ever take?